thank you for your service to our country. Now, we invite all to stand, if you are able, for the playing of our national anthem, sung by Algonquin student Ava Juki.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Franklin TV and Radio's coverage of Franklin High School sports. I'm Jay Horrigan, and I am beyond thrilled, maybe the highlight of my life, to be here with the voice, the mouth of the Franklin Panthers,
right.
Kevin Papa. Kevin, how are you tonight?
I'm great, Jay. How are you?
Oh, thrilled. I've been texting you all week about doing this.
Jay, before we get going, I just want to wish my mother, who's in Albany recovering from knee replacement surgery this week, a healthy recovery. She's watching tonight. And my stepfather, I want to wish him a healthy recovery from my mother's recovery. Jay, Franklin coming in at 1-2, coming out of their bye week this week. They're ranked 17th, top 16 make it for a playoff, so every win counts.
Yeah. Kevin, interesting. They did the coin toss, and Algonquin won and deferred, but Franklin had their back to the end zone to our right, and now they're at the left. I'm not.
They may have confused.
It might have been, some kind of confusion.
What zone you're covering, which field goal you're going to cover.
Yeah.
It looks like you got MT Michael Thompson. Oh no, that's not. It's Jaden Ojuku, number 4, and Stefan Reed back to return the kick.
So thank you for the pronunciation of Ojuku. As I tell people before every game, I apologize up front for mispronouncing your child's name. Onside kick.
Brady Young onside kick.
And it looks like Algonquin got it.
Oh, no, they're calling Franklin.
Oh, yeah.
He's pointing to Franklin.
It looked like it bounced off a Franklin player's chest, and then Franklin must have fallen on it.
And I know they were well aware that the onside kick could come. It's been done by Algonquin several times.
They just changed it.
They just changed it to Algonquin. So, and that's what's going to happen when you play an 0-3 team who's ranked 21st in Division II, right? They're going to come out and pull out all the strings. They're going to do everything they can do to get a win.
And Franklin comes into this game. I overheard people talking as I was walking around before the game. No matter what, they're Franklin. Everybody thinks they're one of the top, even if they're having a down year, one of the top teams in the state.
Absolutely.
So they come in prepared to do tricks like that. Inside handoff there. The quarterback for Algonquin is Julius King. I think if I read that number right.
No, I think it's Jack Orr, number 19.
Oh, okay. I read 13. I was close.
And he's a sophomore.
Sophomore, yeah.
So you got a freshman versus a sophomore tonight at quarterback.
Yeah, looking forward to see how Ethan Emmons has progressed. He seems to get more comfortable each game. 2nd down and 9. Inside handoff.
That's the Preston Biamuo.
Better you than me.
It's a good pickup, though, from the fullback.
Yeah. Makes it 3rd and 5 here from the 43.
I just heard the correct pronunciation. It's Biamau.
So at home games, I wait for you to announce the name before I announce
You're
it.
going to get it wrong 90% of the time then.
High
Batch
snap.
play and the quarterback's going down.
He did all he could to grab that with his right hand and ended up costing him 3 yards or so. So to bring up 4th and 9.
Drake Fergan on the tackle there.
Algonquin will line up to punt.
Stephon Reed back for Franklin.
Who's having a pretty good season.
Yeah, he had a really big game against Brockton 2 weeks ago. Franklin coming off their bye.
Yeah.
He got some runs out of the backfield really and picked up the slack a lot when Weber went down for 3 or 4 plays.
Yeah. Good snap. Kind of a line drive punt, but Reed comes up with it and is pushed out of bounds. Looks like it'll be the 22, where Franklin and Ethan Edmonds, the freshman, will come out on offense.
So Franklin survives the first turnover of the game.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can capitalize on it. Edmonds had a really, really good game at Brockton.
It seemed
really
yeah.
a leap forward kind of game where he felt comfortable. He felt very comfortable in the rollouts. He also ran the ball extremely well.
That's what I noticed, yeah.
There were actually a couple times I thought he could have ran, but he didn't.
Didn't, yeah.
Yeah, Weber in the backfield with him.
The normal shotgun lineup for the Panthers. 2 receivers on each side. Handoff to Weber. Picks up 5, looks like. Maybe 5.5. Depends on where they spot it.
We were saying last week that every time Weber touched the ball, he was easily going for 7.
Yeah.
Usually going double digits. He is the leading carrier on the team, and he is the leading rusher on the team.
He just seems so comfortable. Nice screen to Reed, and he'll pick up the first down. Clock will stop to move the chains.
And that's how you get a young quarterback comfortable, right? You throw him a quick, easy pass to a good receiver with good hands, pick up a first down, and now your comfort level rises.
And as a freshman, Kevin, that's what you want to do. You want to make a freshman comfortable. You know, we talked about it. The last game I did was the Canton game. You know, realistically, a year ago, he was playing against 12 and 13-year-old kids, and now he's playing against 17 and 18-year-olds.
MT Michael Thompson on the reception.
Pick up there of 5. If they keep picking up 5 yards, I can handle that, Matt.
You're gonna win every game if you pick up 5 yards.
Yeah, no kidding. For those of you that are not aware, Kevin is a coach, the freshman coach, one of the freshman coaches on the high school staff, also been involved with youth football actually since he and I overlapped each other. But he's been involved forever, and your kids have been out of it for a while, Kevin.
Yeah, my kids, at least 2 of them have graduated. One's in grad school, and then 2 more are still finishing up. My youngest son, Lucas, is a coach on Ian Bain's staff.
I knew one of them worked for Ian.
And that was Stephon Reed on the carry. He really got nothing on that.
So to bring up 3rd down, looks like 3rd and 6.
It wouldn't shock me to see one of these boot plays soon.
Nice pass there to Reed. Yeah, he was wide open. And another comfortable pass for Edmonds.
It seems to be the game plan here is 1-2 throw. 3-step drop and get rid of it.
Well, I was talking to Coach Kiley prior to the game, and one of the strengths I had seen over Coach Kiley over the years, he is real good with a young quarterback, teaching him things.
You know, I also think it's really helpful. He has his son TJ on the staff, and TJ
Yes.
works primarily with the quarterbacks, and TJ was a quarterback in Coach Kiley's system.
Correct.
So it's
Correct.
almost like having somebody on your shoulder that's done it, has been there and done it before.
Yeah. TJ was quarterback at Holliston High School when Coach Kiley was there as their head coach.
Went on to Westfield State, played a little football.
I don't know if Holliston won a state title when TJ was a quarterback.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Reed again.
Running this way. Nice little move there. Out of bounds at the 30.
Pick up a 7. Wow. So this is something they went into last week. They hadn't done it previously. It was strictly Weber in the backfield getting the ball. Now Reed's getting some touches. He's in the backfield. There's some jet sweeps. And I think you see it paying off in huge dividends right away. He's got a couple big carries and a nice catch.
Yeah. Reed, it appears to me, you would know better than I would, that he is faster, a little more explosive maybe than Weber.
Oh, yeah.
Although Weber's
is
one
truck.
tough. Again to Reed, and he gets taken down there for a 3-yard loss.
That was Biamau again. Preston.
Thank you. I looked at that name, and I'm like, let's hope Kevin says this one.
So it's a big third down play here because I don't believe you're in field goal range. Not in the high school level, at least. That would be a 50-plus yard field goal.
And there's no wind. The flag is completely limp.
So you got to believe this is 2-down territory.
Yeah. And we know Coach Kiley can be aggressive anywhere on the field.
Absolutely. Like a little early
Nice.
movement. There's that boot I was talking about.
Edmonds up the far side. We got a flag on the backside. I was not looking.
The only one
no
next
idea.
to the ref is Alex Weber. There's nobody else there.
Yeah.
So I don't know where he saw what he saw. No flag on the play.
So first down. Edmonds able to pick that up.
You know, Edmonds is not a small, thin quarterback. He's a bulky kid.
Yeah.
They tell me he's an incredible lifter in the weight room, very hard worker.
And I've also been told as good of a football player he is, he may be a better baseball player. Sure. I don't know. I've never seen him play baseball.
No, he's a good player.
Yeah. Well, when your dad's the coach and has won state titles, it helps to have a coach at that
there goes
level.
Weber off the tackle, and he's dragging this kid.
Man, that kid is tough.
Another 7-yard gain for Weber. It seems to be his average.
So to bring up 2nd and 3.
And
so Franklin having a real nice drive here.
It's a nice drive, and it's chewing the clock.
Yeah, we're under 5 minutes left, so we've already played 7 minutes of the opening quarter.
I was saying last week when we played, I've never seen a football game where there were only 3 possessions in the second half, but that's what there was. There was so much running and so many penalties.
Weber picks up 2, and it'll bring up 3rd and 2.
At 23, number 23, Christian Primpus was leading the block on that.
Now player down, Norman for Algonquin.
So you got 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3?
3, maybe, yeah.
Definitely 2-down territory here.
Yeah. It is interesting, Kevin, to see the progression on this Panther squad and how they've become more comfortable in what Coach Kiley and all you coaches are trying to do. They, each week they seem to have a better understanding and a grasp of it.
It's a young team.
Yeah. Edmonds back to pass, scrambles to his right.
Fake didn't go too well. Long throw in the end zone. He got him.
And Edmonds, Edmonds could have run for the first down, but
Absolutely.
he was patient enough to let Reed get open in the corner for the touchdown. So the Panthers go up 6-0 with 3:48 left in the first.
20 yards on the pass play to Reed. Reed had a big drive that drive.
Yeah.
Edmonds had a good drive. And Weber just doing Weber things.
Weber, yeah.
So this is new to Franklin this year. Different various setups, and then shifting back into a kick.
And Coach Kiley used to do that at Holliston.
Looks like, is that Owen Webster? Yeah, Owen Webster with the extra point.
That was a nice boot, too.
He's a sophomore.
So 7-0, 3:48 left in the opening quarter from Algonquin Regional High School. This field complex out back of the school, it's pretty impressive.
It's very impressive.
It's huge.
You have 2 full-size turf fields.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's a lot of walking to get to anything around here.
I noticed I parked over to the left side of the school as we're looking at it. I didn't realize there was a parking lot right here. Yeah, it seems, well, we watched the Algonquin football team walk out here, and it seemed to take them 10 minutes to get to the school, from the school to the field.
It was like watching Clemson walk between the hedges. It took so long. Webster on for the kickoff here. Another weird setup for the kick.
I don't remember.
Coach Perry runs the special teams. He's always looking for any angle at deception he can get.
So being returned there by Wysocki. No, I'm sorry, no. Ponting, number 14.
Kobe Ryan on the tackle. But that's a key to Coach Perry. He likes to kick the ball. He likes the ball to go towards the out of bounds, so it cuts off half the field.
Yeah.
He likes to mix it up and not give you an idea of the conventional kick.
How much, and I'm sure some people might be a little surprised, how much time do you guys spend with special teams?
If you ask Coach Perry, not enough.
Of course, yeah.
They get in. You get in as much work as you can. But you still have your game plan you have to put in and everything.
Oh, nice little run there by
Biamau.
Thank you.
I know on the freshman level we try. You try to get a little bit here, a little bit of punt on one day, a little bit of extra point, some kickoff.
And that's what we used to do in youth football, 10 minutes at the end of practice. So 1st and 10 for Algonquin.
That run's not going anywhere.
No, or hands it off inside.
Looked like Brusso was the first man to meet him, number 3.
Bertonazzi was the runner for Algonquin. Picks up, looks like they gave him a yard. 2nd and 9, as we're now under 3 minutes.
This quarter is really just flying by. Algonquin in that traditional pro set.
Or back to pass, and under a ton of pressure gets sacked.
Owen Essam on the sack.
These days, Kevin, I don't know if you see it on the freshman level, but the varsity level, you don't see a lot of quarterbacks under center anymore.
No, not
a lot of
anymore.
them are shotgun.
Traditional, the only time we're under center is for the war package.
Yeah.
But I'm still a firm believer that every now and then you have to go under center because you need that 1 yard. And if you don't have that, if you're starting in shotgun, you're starting 6 yards back.
Yeah, and if you want to show the other team that you're capable of doing it.
Sure.
So 3rd and 15, 17.
Trips out to the right. He's rolling towards them.
Or let's go.
Quick throw. That's picked. That's J.D. Jacoby Brown on the interception. That's his first career interception as a varsity player.
Good for him.
Having coached Jacoby for, 4 years, it's a really big moment for him.
He is a sophomore, if I'm
He's
reading
a sophomore.
this correctly. Yes.
It's just too bad he couldn't have taken it to the house.
I know.
But he secured the catch and
he did what he was supposed
got
to
the
do.
turnover.
Yeah. Which will give coaches much more faith in him every time he's out there, makes a positive play.
Now you wonder if Coach Kiley takes a shot at it right now. He's got Matthew Wong in the backfield now, giving Weber a breather.
Reed to the far side. Handoff to Wong.
Wong's got
Wong
it.
Gets through.
His first guy doesn't touch him till the 10-yard pickup, first and goal.
Inside the 5, down to the 3, they're marking it. So first and goal, 121 and running left in the first quarter.
I wonder if they're going to try to get Wong a touchdown here. He's in.
They did. You called it. That's the coach. Coach Kevin Papa called that play. So touchdown there for Franklin, 13-0. Still in the first quarter, little over a minute left. Panthers will try to tack on one more point here.
And again, this is a game where if it's going to help you any way whatsoever in the rankings, you're going to have to really put the pedal to the metal and blow them out.
And that is because in the power ranking system now, Algonquin doesn't have a win. They're Division II. They're ranked very low.
They're second to last in Division II.
Yeah, so we were talking about, nice fake, but pressure and a little, wow. Nice little jump shot.
Jacoby Brown doing his best.
Caden Sullivan impression there.
Running for his life out of bounds and then pitch possession.
Yeah.
Coach Zach Brown won't be able to live with him tonight. I'll tell you that much.
The one thing.
Knowing Jacoby, I don't even know if he's going to be able to fit in the car.
Yeah.
His head is going to be so big.
The one thing versus when I was doing the Canton game, Coach Brown is at the other end of the press box because he was nervous about us picking up his frustration occasionally.
So Franklin puts up 15 in the first quarter. There's about a minute left. And if you're Algonquin, at what point do you start saying to yourself, all right, here we go again, here we go again, here we go again?
I would not be surprised if they're there now.
Yeah. The last time I was here was when my son Zach was a senior. We had a scrimmage against them. This was a completely grass field at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, the last time I was here was 10, 12 years ago to do a basketball game, and it's changed completely.
Short pooch. It's fumbled.
And the first Franklin player to make contact makes the tackle.
That was Brennan Regan. And Regan's coming back from an injury. He had a really bad injury in baseball over the spring where he tore a muscle right off the bone.
Oh, it's tough to hear, especially for a young kid. So 1:02 left. Algonquin will start first and 10 from their own 23. Geez, they hit 3 backs in the bat. That looked like a T formation from back when I played.
Yeah, that was Joey Tarantino on the tackle, a touchdown-saving tackle at that. I guess when you're Owen forever, you pull out every trick in the book.
You do whatever you think might work, yeah.
This will probably be the last play of the first quarter unless he throws it incomplete.
Well, now they're all lined up side by side. For a minute there, it looked like they might have been in the wishbone.
Stephon Reed makes the tackle, but not before he gets a first down.
So the clock will stop to move the chains. Then they'll wind it once they place the ball.
That was Ben Bertinazzi. Clock running with 12 seconds. That'll do it for us at the end of the first quarter.
So we're at the end of one. Franklin leading 15-0 on that great extra point, 2-point conversion. But so far, Kevin, they're total control.
Yeah, complete and total control. I mean, they turned the ball over on the opening kickoff. Got to force the 3 out immediately, then went on a nice long drive for a touchdown. Picked off the first pass Algonquin threw and never looked back.
You know, I almost wonder if that turnover on the kickoff almost helped them refocus.
Probably woke them up.
Yeah. I'm sure it woke the coaching staff, tried to use it to wake them up.
Absolutely.
You know, they did. The team came up here today and have had a few obstacles since their arrival. The kids don't have a locker room.
No, they're changing behind a shed.
Yeah, they changed behind a shed in the woods, which in a lot of towns that would be a felony. So things haven't gone their way totally.
It just amazes me in a complex like this that there's not a facility for them. There's not even a facility for them to go to the bathroom. I think they have to use the snack stand.
Yes, when I drove in and saw the bleachers, I thought it was going to be a little bit like when Chris and I went up to Methuen last year. There was stuff right under the bleachers, and then there was a hut like that one over there
just like
for
at
the referees.
Brockton High School.
Yes.
Brockton, right under the bleachers.
Yeah. Yeah, Brockton there has everything. First play of the second quarter, everything there is right under the bleachers for the officials, the teams. So pickup there of 4, 2nd and 6 for Algonquin.
And then you also he's already begun a good substitution pattern. We saw Juan get the ball. So you wonder as the game progresses, if the game stays fully in Franklin's control, how many young guys might get shots today.
Yeah. And whenever you can get your young guys experience, it only helps you going forward. And some of the other guys coming out, you lower the risk of injury if they're done playing.
But again, this is like a Sharon situation last year where it's not really going to help you on the sheet unless you really put up a really crooked number.
Yeah.
Here's a pass, quick out.
Overthrown.
And I think what we're seeing is Algonquin having a very young quarterback.
Yes.
And against a very aggressive defense.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and to remind people, the Algonquin quarterback's a sophomore playing against a Franklin freshman, which is not something you see very often in high school football.
No. Reed back for the kick.
Punts off cleanly, low, line drive. Reed grabs it. Nice catch, though, by Reed. And there's a flag. I think you might end up having a hold on Frigon, I think.
That looked like who they threw it at.
Block in the back. Yeah. So for the most part, this officiating crew, they come out of Central Mass, and Coach Kiley, unless it was years ago in a playoff game, will not have seen these guys. They work for an assigner that his crew just works for him. Doesn't work. They don't work for multiple assigners.
It looks like Franklin's going to come back out in their standard ace package, which would be the 3rd series in a row.
And folks, you have to understand, when Kevin says ace package or anything like that, when he's not doing a game, he's texting that to me. And when I say it, I have no idea what he's talking about, but I know it's reliable because it came from Kevin.
We have a timeout by Algonquin.
Interesting. They put the time for the timeout up on the scoreboard.
They don't trust the refs.
Yeah. Well, who would?
Absolutely.
Us refs just are horrendous.
And I tell you, it's a situation being a referee or an umpire where it's getting harder and harder to want to go to the field the way people are treated.
Yeah. And Kevin's probably one of the few people that I know that is at as many high school sporting events as I am. You know, I love high school sports.
Sure, absolutely.
In my mind, it's as good as it comes. It's as pure as it comes. But you're right, it's becoming more and more difficult. It also is, I think, for coaches.
Yeah.
Because of maybe the overstepping of some parents or whatever. A lot of the good ADs try to keep that from the coaches. But I know on the basketball side, which I know a little bit more about, I know 5 coaches that stepped down after last year for no other reason, just parents.
Sure. Franklin back on the field. Edmonds still the QB. Like Weber was moving a little forward on that.
Nice. Oh,
MT holds on to it, but he took a shot.
No flag there. It looks that could have been an unnecessary roughness. He had just grabbed the ball, and it looked like he was turning, but didn't see the guy coming in. And
you know, I love football because MT makes a 20-yard pickup, and the kid celebrating the hit he just had.
Yeah.
He just gave 20 yards on a pass.
Yeah. And they're down 15-0.
Right. But, hey, let's celebrate. I finally got
almost
a hit.
Taking a kid's head off, yeah. Right. I just knowing Coach Kiley a little bit, I'm sure he had a couple of encouraging words for the officials about the hit there. And rightfully so, protecting his players.
There goes Weber. Untouched until he picks up 15. He's gone.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Was he even touched at all? He may have been when he got through the line.
Alex Weber goes 44 yards for the touchdown. It is either his birthday today or yesterday, but happy birthday with a touchdown there.
So that makes it 21-0.
So Franklin's already come out with one trick play on extra point. Here we go for their third extra point.
They're lining up to kick it, but we'll see what they actually do.
You got Jacoby Brown holding. You got Owen Webster kicking. Snap is down. The kick is good.
But Kevin, them running, that fake on the last one and securing the 2-point conversion, it's probably not going to make a difference in this game, but it's going to give other teams something to think about every time Franklin scores. They know they have that in the bag.
And it's a day and age where everybody watches everybody's film.
Yes. So with 9:48 left from Algonquin High School, 22-0 Panthers, and they have looked every bit of a team leading 22-0.
Tomorrow at Franklin High at 10 o'clock, the freshmen play Natick, which should be a really hard-hitting game. And then the JV team takes on the Algonquin team. Algonquin doesn't have a freshman team. A lot of teams this year don't.
I was going to ask you if you're running into.
There's a lot of Froshmore teams.
Yes, yeah.
And if you ask Taunton coach Brad Sidwell why, he'll give you a complete and entire rundown on it. He is thoroughly against it.
I know. He and I have had conversations about that.
Webster on the kickoff. Again, a little funky lineup for Franklin on the kick.
But again, they're showing something that will give other teams to think about as they move forward.
Fake a reverse.
And did a shoe come off? No, a glove maybe fell. So that's returned up to the 27, where Algonquin will take over 1st and 10, trailing by 22. This has a chance. A couple of weeks ago when you guys were down in Brockton, I had a game in Medway that at the half, it eventually got halftime score 47-0, and it ended up 54-0. I was home in time. I think I told you to watch the second half of you and Pete do that game.
That's Ben Bertozzini on the carry.
Doesn't look like a pickup of anything. And a player.
Like he's down, hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's a lineman. Wow, that was odd. The official spotted the ball one place, and then they both shifted.
Yeah.
Ends up picking up a yard.
The official picked up the ball. He's holding it. The umpire, he put a beanbag on the ground to kind of signal where the ball goes. But you're right, that's further up than what they initially.
They initially spotted it as a no gain, maybe even a loss of a little.
Which we saw that right off the bat on the turnover. We had the official closest to the play indicating Franklin ball, and then they got together and changed it.
Which I don't know. I mean, unless you see somebody secure that ball, when that ball hits the bottom of that pile, that ball's shifting.
You have no
positions.
idea. No. You're guessing along with the rest of the crowd. As an official, you try to send one official, and it's not me because I could hurt people if I laid on top of them. But you send one official in to try to dig and see who has the ball. But as anybody knows, in football, that ball can change hands 5 or 6 times before an official gets to the bottom of the pile.
Breaking the action at 9:23. Young man just getting up now.
John Talbot, I believe, is the player. A junior lineman.
Algonquin sending some players out to help him get off the field.
So, as we've said, Franklin so far every bit of a 22-0 leading team as you watch them out there on the field as Talbot gets some help getting off the field. That's a big boy, huh?
Yeah, and sending over 2 little guys to help him.
Yeah.
You know, they I don't know if they credited him for a yard, but the chain seemed to be the same. Oh, no, the father or whoever was holding it moved the chain.
So they're showing his 2nd and 9. Now a
Maui on the big tackle.
Yeah, great tackle for a loss, and he is fired up. He's a fun player to watch, Kevin. He's got to be fun to coach. He seems like he's got that personality.
Yeah, the first thing he let me know after the last home game was that I didn't credit him for 1 tackle. So, but he's a great kid.
Yeah.
Franklin shifting around.
3 receivers near us.
Rampino trying to get in.
Oh. You know,
great. I thought Tarantino was going to have that.
Yeah, great effort by Joey Tarantino. I thought he was going to strip that out.
I thought he was going to jump the route. That was a good completion.
Yeah. So Algonquin picks up a first down here. Ball's at their 39, and it'll be 1st and 10.
Jack Orr into the second quarter with his first completion of the game.
Yeah. It's, I think, only their second first down.
Yes, they got one earlier down
Yeah.
on the other end. But it's right back to the ground. Biamau on the carry. But again, it's like when you coach youth. If you're playing a team and they can't pass, then you can't come back.
Right, right.
You're just killing. You shoot yourself.
Yeah, and they seem to be sticking, for the most part, very heavily to the run. And we haven't really seen an indication that they have that effective of a passing game.
Correct.
At least tonight, not against Franklin.
Screen. Oh, read beautifully by Owen Essam.
Essam on the tackle. He did. He read that perfectly, made the hit just as the ball got there, and held them to. Wow, they're giving him.
Gave him a couple.
Couple of more than I thought they were going to give him, but it brings up 3rd and 7 from the 42 for Algonquin.
Franklin back in pass defense again. This is the last time they did this. Jacoby Brown picked it off.
Yeah. Back to pass.
Oh, completed.
That's caught.
Really nice
That'll be a
grab.
first down.
So Orr gaining a little confidence
Yeah.
with his second completion.
Yeah, the receiver there just seemed to find an opening.
Tyler Sutton.
Sutton, a little gap in that defense. It looked like Franklin was kind of in a zone type of coverage there. And he was just able to find a little bit of a seam, and he was open for a second, or did make a nice throw there.
Back to the ground. Into Weber's arms. Oh, that wasn't Weber. That was Rampino.
How many teams have you seen recently or in the last few years that line up 3 backs
This is the first
side
I've
by
seen.
side?
This is the first I've seen.
That was the offense when I was in high school in the late 70s.
We used to run an NPR offense in Pop Warner.
Yeah.
I know my friend Steve Gatewood called me out saying you can't talk about NPR on TV. Here goes Orr again, off his back foot. That's got to be picked. Oh! Jaden Ojukwu on the knockdown.
He did a great job of trying to high point that and get the ball, just couldn't come down with it. Or took a shot.
Yeah, he was under heavy duress. Threw it off his back foot, and that's why the ball had no energy whatsoever on it.
And you're right, it probably should have been picked off. I hate saying should with high school kids because you never know.
The other situation you get into like this is when you've gotten a couple turnovers. Now everybody wants one.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because now you're overplaying the ball, trying too hard.
Yeah.
That's a screen.
Well, he got an interception. I need to get one because I can't let him give me a hard time in school on Monday.
Yeah, and I thought we were going to get a hold on Jaden Ojukwu, but no flag came out. Looked like I thought the head umpire wanted to throw it, but he didn't.
It brings up 4th and 3 for Algonquin. It appears they're going to go for it. Why not?
Nothing to lose at this stage.
No. I will tell you, I think when you've got a game like this and you see how it's trending as an official, you're slower to throw that flag unless it has a huge impact on the play.
They're just trying to draw them off at that point. You'll hear the coaches over on the Franklin side yelling, earmuffs, so nobody jumps.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
I watched a Taunton freshman game last year, and the quarterback would go on 2 and 3 the entire game, and they must have gotten 10 false starts.
It is amazing how challenging that can be for young kids to remember to go on 2 or 3.
It's challenging in practice when they know we're going on 2.
Yeah. Well, you see, especially on the college level, so many teams just go into the clap,
Sure.
which I find that very interesting, that you don't have more offsides or encroachments or whatever. I'm sure there's some kind of system to it, and players know, but
They're still going for it. 4th down.
handoff inside.
I think he got it.
Yeah, just got it. Just got across the 40-yard line, which is where he had to get it.
Weber and Essam on the tackle.
Yeah, that's a first down.
Gives the Algonquin fans something to cheer about.
Cheer about, yeah.
Looks like it's youth night here because you got a lot of the young
Yeah,
cheerleaders.
you had the cheerleaders, and I saw some of the kids
There's some football players
throwing
down
a
ahead of us.
football around. That
Again, when you're down 22-0 and you're running this kind of offense, it's taking 40 seconds off the clock every single play.
And they've had the ball for a while, and they've gotten 30 yards, 40 yards from where they started from.
At this point, they may just be saying, hey, look, let's just not give Franklin the ball back at this half. We're
Yeah.
going to get the ball at the second half. Maybe we can move it down and take a shot. But Franklin has already shown they can score really quick in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, and both offensively, defensively, they could use a special teams touchdown. Or hands that off.
Biamau on the carry, Weber on the tackle.
That's going to get marked at the 34, so it'll bring up 3rd and 4. 3 minutes left in the first half.
Last couple thirds downs have been manageable for Algonquin. 3rd and 4, both of them.
But again, to your point, Kevin, every time they run a play, they're taking 35, 40 seconds.
Sure, they've run 2 plays, picked up 6 yards, but a minute and a half off the clock.
Yeah, exactly.
Another pitch. Ojukwu drags him out of bounds, but not after Biamau picks up the first down for Algonquin.
So down to the 27 for Algonquin.
And again, maybe that's their plan. Let's
Yeah.
hold the ball as long as we can, keep picking up little first downs here and there, dink and dunk it all the way down. Maybe we get a score going into the half, we leave Franklin with no time, and then we come back with the ball.
And
Problem there is you have to score.
yes. And the other thing, they just may not be capable.
Right.
May not have the
Yeah,
players in the right positions.
It doesn't appear as that there's
You're right.
too much
right.
confidence in the young quarterback. I mean, he's young and small.
Yes. Yeah, you do see him in the huddle trying to take charge and encourage his teammates.
Yeah.
But, he's still learning.
Sure, and in 2 years maybe this pays off for them.
Yeah.
Tell you, Biamau is a tough running back. He's taking
He
the bulk
is.
of the snaps. He's taking the bulk of the hits. And now he's down.
Well, that's the one thing you worry about when you give one player that much work so early in the game.
Right.
Against a team with a lot of the size that Franklin has.
Absolutely.
It's too early for cramps, I would think. But may see some of that later in the game. You
Yeah.
never know.
She's not working on his, stretching him out or anything like that.
Somewhere up top.
Yep. Maybe
I don't know
around
if
the
it's
shoulder area.
yeah. Well, if you end up losing your top runner, then as a coach, what are you going to do?
Right.
You've kind of dug yourself a hole where that's going to be the only thing working for you so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's really the only thing they're trying to do. They've had a couple nice completions, one for 10 yards, one for about 4. But primarily, this is a run team.
Yeah. This has been a better series it's certainly not balanced between run and pass, but their passes have been a little more on target, although there was the one that was high, almost was intercepted when Orr passed off his back foot. But
yeah, it just got out of the reach of Ojukwu.
yeah, and you wonder if you lose your
Biamau
best
now coming off
runner.
the field, and he's limping.
He's
hurt.
He's in pain. Then as a coach, what do you do with a kid like that who's clearly in that much pain? You don't want to throw the towel in this early,
No.
but you don't want the kid hurt long term. I say that most people don't
Right.
want the, yeah.
So they come back out, 3 on, 3 off. All sorts of changes. So it's 3rd down. You lost your best back. It's almost like you have to throw now.
Yeah.
Unless you run it here and then you're going to pass it on 4th. They have really spread him out here. And he's naked in the backfield. But now they're going to have to take a timeout.
Yeah. Looks like they're working on his.
They only had 10 on the field, that's why.
Yeah. Then good call. They look like they're working on his hip or his lower back or something.
He's writhing in pain.
Oh, he is. Yeah, you don't normally see kids, especially the better players and athletes, no matter how much pain they're in, they try not to show it.
Sure.
He's going to be in excruciating pain.
Yeah. She's having a conversation with him, but you can tell just from behind that he's not feeling well.
Well, you wonder where that conversation goes. We clearly won't see him. There's only 1:17 left in the first half. I would be totally amazed if he's back out there, but I'm sure the trainer's starting that conversation with him.
Or throws it. Oh, great play, and that was Colby Ryan with the knockdown.
Almost a completion. That was attempted to get it to Butterfield, a senior wide receiver, and Franklin read that perfectly and almost had the interception. And if he had intercepted it, he may have been gone.
They're going for a long field goal here, about almost just under 40 yards. I'm going to tell you, in warm-ups, I saw him kicking off a tee at about 48 yards and drilling it right down the middle. Not this time. I can't tell who's got it. Looks like Tarantino, Joey Tarantino's on the return. And now you've really shot yourself because Franklin's going to start the ball in plus territory.
Yeah, and he'll have just under a minute left. It's going to be
late flags everywhere.
A couple of flags.
That's going to be on Jacoby Brown. Well, it looked like it was on Jacoby. He was standing right over the guy.
Yeah. And I don't know if the first flag was that or the other interaction between a couple of players. It's going against Franklin the way the umpires lined up.
Personal foul on Franklin.
But not sure what it is, whether it was unsportsman or
there was
unnecessary roughness.
I don't want to go in and say it was on Jacoby because he was just coming in at the tail end and there was a lot of crap going on before that.
Well, the importance.
But the way they were pulling Jacoby off and he was like, what, me?
Yeah. The importance of knowing whether it's unnecessary roughness or unsportsmanlike in high school football, as well as I think college and pros, if a player gets 2 unsportsmanlike penalties, they're disqualified for the game. And I believe high school, the MIAA, I think you have to sit out the next game.
Yeah, if you get taken out of a game, you have to sit out the next game. So Edmonds back on the field, 54 seconds left.
On the 48-yard line, so they've got 52 yards to score a touchdown. And the way they've scored, they could easily do that in that amount of time.
Quick pass to MT, Michael Thompson. And he gets it across
He,
up to the
and
35.
he's further up than where they were before the penalty.
And there's Franklin's first timeout.
Yeah. And it took him 9 seconds to get back all the penalty yardage plus a couple of more.
Clock still running.
So that you get that at basketball games when the facility, the table puts the timeout time, and parents freak out and start screaming, "Why is the clock?" Relax. You'll get what you want.
They'll get it. They'll fix it.
They know what they're doing.
Oh no! Wait, that's not the clock running. They put the timeout running.
The timeout clock.
Yeah, they put the timeout running here. That's why it's so confusing.
Yeah, if you're not aware of it, it's very confusing.
Must be one of those new scoreboards.
Yeah. So 45 and a half seconds left. 1st and 10 from the 35. Franklin trying to get a touchdown before the half ends. Edmonds back to pass screen.
Weber, full head of steam, runs over that kid.
And he's out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock with 37.6 left. And a first down.
So right now, if you're Algonquin, you're saying to yourself, my God, we got all the way down there. We had a minute left, and we couldn't get that first down. We tried a long field goal, didn't even come close. And 30 seconds later, they're knocking on the door already.
Well, and I wonder, I would have to think their play call would have been different if BMO was still in the game. Edmonds drops straight back. Now he rolls this way.
Throwing off his side foot into the end zone. Oh, what an interception. Gavin Butterfield with the one-handed pick.
Yeah. The interception should not end up hurting Franklin.
No,
the way
only
they
23
played.
seconds left.
Yeah.
It's so hard as a quarterback when you're rolling that far to the other side and then you're trying to go back. You're not going to get a lot of juice on that ball.
That's, throwing against the way you're running and he didn't really have the opportunity to completely get himself set to throw.
I didn't see who he was looking at first, but he was definitely looking into the left corner right off the bat.
Yeah.
And it kind of just got broken up
So
on
I
him.
think we're going to see Algonquin take a knee here.
You would think so.
So they do take a knee, and both teams will let the clock run down to zeros. So a good half for Franklin, which actually could have been better.
Sure.
Right there at the end. But, you give him credit for going for it, running the play.
22-0 as we hit the half.
Yes, so great job by the Panthers. We'll see how the rest of the game goes, and we will be back in about 9 minutes. So go grab something to drink, make a sandwich, and join us in 9 minutes. Welcome back, folks, to the second half of Franklin High football. We're at Algonquin Regional High School, where Franklin has a 22-0 lead, and they'll kick off to start the second half. I'm Jay Horrigan, along with the coach, Kevin Papa.
You know, the one thing our producer, Chris, forgot was a couple sandwiches for halftime.
Yes,
but
yeah.
other than that, he thinks of everything.
Well, Kevin, when we're...
Fumble! Franklin's got it. That's Colby Ryan.
And he gets to the 30. Kevin, we're used to being at home and you announcing what's available down at the Snack Shack.
I'm used to being at home and going down and telling Brian Fergon what I want at halftime.
That's the one thing, as kids have gotten older, I don't know the parents as much. I used to walk by and they'd throw hot dogs at me.
So I don't think this could have started any worse for Algonquin.
No.
They got the big stop at going into the half, and that had to give them a little momentum.
This is basically where Franklin was when they had the interception.
Absolutely.
Right at the end of the half.
There's a jet sweep. MT couldn't square that block and get that guy out of there. And Reed loses yards on the play.
They'll give him forward progress at the 37, so a loss of 3, second and 13.
And they had 8 in the box on that play.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a really good job of the end or the linebacker really staying home, holding that edge, so Reed couldn't get outside and cut up the corner.
I would say this is almost automatic throwing time, but Weber's been picking up 8-9 yards a chunk. Quick pass to MT.
Nice stiff arm. And he goes out of bounds right about the 30, which will bring up 3rd and 6, maybe 3rd and 5.
Looks a little longer than that, maybe 3rd and 7.
Oh, they marked him out at 31.
They didn't give him that.
So, yeah.
But again, we're in 2-down territory here.
Yeah.
It's funny because Coach Kiley hasn't really drawn up that boot play a lot. Like Ethan might have run that boot play about 5 or 6 times last week against Brockton. Gets him out in space, gets a couple crossing receivers. These are more three-step drop screen to Reed.
He'll get the first and more.
He's gone.
Go.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Stephon Reed for the touchdown. Another 6 for the Panthers makes it 28-0. That took all of a minute 50 to score that touchdown.
It was a well-designed screen.
Yeah.
Line just let them through. Reed makes the catch. Once he gets to the outside, there was nobody touching him.
Kevin, in a game like this, even though the score is what it is, plays like that, how much does that help Ethan and the rest of his teammates even progress that much further? You know, as we talked before the game, they're getting more and more comfortable. Ethan is in the quarterback role and with his receivers.
I think, me personally, the screen pass is the hardest thing to pull off in high school, high school football. It takes, everybody has to be doing their job. So for him to call this many screen passes, that means the comfort level with Ethan is really right there. The comfort level with the line is really right there.
And Ethan's comfortable.
And Ethan's comfortable throwing it, yeah.
He looks like he's finally a little bit at home in that position.
And sometimes that's a tough pass to make because you can't see, but Ethan's a big kid, so he can see the running back on that play. And again, you give the line a lot of credit on that. They set it up beautifully. They let them come in. Coaches always preach that if the offensive line is letting you come in, it's for a reason.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Well, they clearly, as a team, seem to be gelling more and more each week. Now, granted, it's probably a little lesser opponent than they'll see going forward.
Yeah, it's a brutal schedule coming up.
To build off of.
Sure.
And you got to take the wins when you can get them.
Webster's kick to the 10.
So I did notice on the
Jared Zwicker on the tackle on that play.
Preston Biamo was out there for the kickoff.
He's out there right now, yeah. 29-0, 10 minutes to go in the third. Let's see if Algonquin opens it up a little bit. I don't know.
Not 100% sure.
I don't know if they can.
Opening up actually entails.
I mean, they are wide spreads. I don't know if he can reach that far outside receiver. Here's Biamu again. Colby Ryan on the tackle. He rode him, though, for about 3 or 4 yards. First down for Algonquin.
Yeah, picked up 11 for a first down. Actually, now they give him another yard, 12.
So the plan may not be to pass out of the open, but the plan might be to spread them out as much as they can and let Biamo get ahead of steam.
Yeah. Let it a little more room, a little more, fewer players for him to have to fight through.
Sure. Fumble by the quarterback. He falls on it.
Covers it up.
It's little things like that make you start feeling like you're snake bitten.
Yeah. And you could see the frustration on the quarterback on Orr, the way he just slammed the ball to the ground a couple of times. And frustrated, I'm sure, with just himself. It wasn't a great snap, but it wasn't a bad snap.
No, it hit him in the hands. He should have got it.
Yeah.
But now you're in a situation where, all right, are we going to run draw again here? Yep. Big hole.
Wow.
Ryan on the tackle again. And if we're calling Colby Ryan on a lot of tackles, that means we're getting to the second level, and that's not good.
Yeah. But so far it looks like what you were saying, spreading their offense out is giving Biamu the room to be able to pick up big chunks of yards.
Yeah, I mean, Franklin only has a 3-man front. Biamu Brusso grabs him from behind, drags him back, but he's going to pick up a couple.
Yeah, picks up 3, 2.5, 3.
They're expecting pass here. They're bringing in Eric Guzman, Jaden Ojukwu, a couple safeties. Again, there's only 4 in the box there. Oh, incomplete.
Didn't look like
he wanted to catch it.
No, Hendrick Sutton kind of jumped and
kind of jumped away from it, held his hands out.
The ball was chest high. Maybe he thought he was going to get hit or something, heard footsteps. But that'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
Well, we've seen on 3rd and long, they're more than willing to hand the ball off.
Yeah. And Biamo's already got probably 25 to 30 yards just this drive.
Motion, jet.
Flag, false start.
Little shuttle pass, but goes nowhere, and there's a penalty there. That'll move him back 5 yards. This is not a position Algonquin wants to be in, 3rd and 12.
No.
But again, for them, it could be 2-down territory if possibly Biamo gets 6 or 7 and makes it more manageable 4th down. Biamu with a lone setback. Weber looking to blitz. Throws it down.
Or under pressure. Nice completion there to Salton, Marco Salton.
Joey Tarantino on the tackle, but not before they pick up a first down.
Nice job by Orr to stand in there under the pressure he was facing and completing that pass.
So, Nice little pass by Orr there.
So
this is where they were in the last situation,
yeah.
where they wore the clock all the way down. There's Biamu there. That time Essam hits him low, and his buddy's coming to help him out, clean it up. Only a gain of 1.
Already almost halfway through the third quarter. This is a fast-moving game,
yes.
Jeff.
And that's the other thing. Like, Franklin is a hand signal team, so Edmonds has the signal relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Orr's going over to the coach.
Yes.
He's taking the call. And this is what happened to Brockton last week. They got into situations where it was taking them. They were huddling up. They were going over the court, and it takes time off the clock.
It absolutely does. Essam on that tackle. Nice play following that flow of activity out to the far side. 3rd and 10.
I mean, Orr's been over there for 15 seconds already.
Yeah.
Another long 3rd down situation for Algonquin. Can Franklin get off the field?
To your point about Orr keep coming over, they've run, this will be the 3rd play, but it's been a minute and a half, close to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Orr gets rid of
dump
that,
off.
completes it.
Ryan kind of lost him in coverage. They pick up the short little pass, picks up the 1st down.
Salton on the reception there for Algonquin. Gets him inside the 20 down to the 19.
Algonquin's gotten 3 really good 3rd down plays. They had 3rd and 12 where Biamawu ran for the 1st down. Then the last 2 were on pass plays. Both good for 10, 15 yards. But again, if you score, it's 29-6, and there's 38 seconds
left.
in a quarter.
Yeah.
Maui was the first one to wrap up via Mau. That's going to be a lose.
Lose 3, I think. Yeah, 2nd and 13. You wonder if, or I wonder if, what Algonquin's trying to do is just get a positive drive. They're not necessarily looking to this game, coming back and winning it. They want to just bring some positives maybe out of the game.
Yeah, just something to build on for next week.
Because you're absolutely right. There's not enough time left in the game for them to run the amount of series they would have to run to take the lead and stop Franklin.
Pass coming up by Orr. That looked like a hold. Yeah, we're going to have a hold on 66. He was holding Adrian Rampino, as Rampino had a clear shot at the quarterback.
Nice job by Tarantino knocking that pass down.
You know, and it could also be that, like that old youth thing, when you went into a game and you knew you were overmatched, you just didn't want the clock to run on you.
Yes.
And now that the clock can run in high school, maybe that's something they're saying, hey, we just don't want the clock to run on us.
So Coach Kiley declined the penalty, so it'll be 3rd and 13. The rule in high school is 30 in the 4th quarter and 42 in the 3rd quarter. So we're not going to get to a 42-point lead this quarter, and that's incomplete over the outstretched hands of Biamu. But conceivably we can get there.
Yeah, we could have got to 40 if they went for 2.
Yes, yeah.
Or 30, I mean.
Now, Franklin was on the other end of that rule opening night against Canton.
Yes. And it's not a good feeling.
No, not at all. Like I said, the game I was in at Medway, it was not fun for anybody.
No.
Or back to pass. Lets it go. Completion.
Not going to be anywhere close to a 1st down, though. No, and nobody wants to see the clock run, especially, I mean, I don't know if people listening know exactly how much goes into coaching a football game. Or, they see what happens on Friday night, but the amount of time between the weight room and the film room and the practices.
And talk about that, because people certainly don't. They don't understand all the film kids watch these days and all the weight room work that they do. You know, hey, they're out there for 3 hours practicing. But it's so much more.
Yeah, if you take a coach like Coach Collins, he's a teacher in the high school.
Yeah.
He watches countless hours of film.
Yeah.
Countless. He puts together a defensive game plan for the kids. He's out there coaching his butt off every night. And this is with all the coaches.
Yes.
And he's going to grad school, trying to get his master's.
Yeah. Well,
Coach Kiley is teaching in Holliston, flying over to Franklin, spending countless hours at Franklin.
Kind of like Ian Bain.
Sure.
What Ian Bain did for all those years.
Coach Perry's a firefighter in Waltham, and he's coming up from Waltham every day. It's a lot of work, and I don't think people understand the amount of time that goes into it. I used to think coaching youth took a lot of time. This is ridiculous. It does.
Don't knock that, because coaching youth football these days compared to when we were young,
it's changed.
They do a lot of film work and everything like that. It all takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication, a lot like just regular teachers. And it's the same thing with teachers that are doing, whether they're band or drama or something like that.
Sure. Franklin back on the field. Weber right through the hole. He's gone again. There's a few people making business decisions on that play.
Yeah.
Weber going 85 yards. That's after his other 40-yard run, so he's well over 100 yards now.
Yeah. He's over 100 yards just 2 plays.
Just 2 plays.
So, unless something dramatic changes, we'll have a running clock in the fourth quarter. I guess I was wrong. Conceivably, they could now get to 42.
Sure. A turnover
here. An interception or something. But this is, we talked about it, you and I did before the game, and we talked about it at the beginning of the game. This is what Franklin has to do to just kind of break even.
Sure.
In the power rankings.
Yes. Now, the win is important because it gets you to 2 wins, and you need 3 to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But you really need to put up a crooked number to get a couple points.
Yes. Yeah. That kick was a little off, but it still went through the upright, so it doesn't matter. It's still point. And I'm not sure why the referee is trying to run the clock now.
Well, he is.
He did. He just wound it, and that's not the rule.
So we do have a running clock, unless the other coach says, go ahead and run it.
Because, hey, as an official, you'll ask the coach, what can I do to help you out? And sometimes they'll say, I don't care what you do, just run the clock.
Right.
Coach Kiley would have to agree to that. So I'm going to guess he did. But I had noticed earlier in the game, the officials there'd be plays out of bounds. Mm-hmm. They kept the clock going.
Sure.
Maybe they sensed this early enough.
They go into the game knowing, not knowing what the outcome's going to be, but knowing what it could be.
But as an official, especially, and you've experienced coaching youth football, that's the biggest complaint about officials.
Sure.
Is trying to run the clock. They're just here for the paycheck.
They're just here for the paycheck, yeah.
Which, in all honesty, when I did youth, I was there for the cash.
I have a great deal of respect for the guys who do youth and freshman and JV football. And it's usually the same guys that are doing tonight's game.
Correct.
So.
Yeah, and that gets back to the shortage of officials.
Yeah. Franklin sticking with his starters up 36-0. Maybe trying to get one more exclamation point touchdown here. Oh, there goes Biamawu. And he's a wrecking ball himself.
Yes, he is.
He's had a really nice game.
And just for those folks out there wondering, if Algonquin were to score, it doesn't stop running. Once the clock runs, it runs. It stops for injuries, or not in this case, and timeouts.
You really, the workman effort that BMI is doing here is just incredible. And
It's the second time he's limped off.
They're dragging him off the field.
Yeah.
I would say he's got to have at least 15, 17 carries.
Oh, yeah.
If not more. That's probably going to take us to the end of the third quarter.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what the ref is telling the kids over there. Why don't we just take it down to the end of the third quarter?
He seems to also be looking over to Coach Kiley.
I think they're going to try to get one more play off this half.
20 seconds left. Or inside handoff. Picks up the first down. That'll end the third quarter with Franklin leading 36-0.
Colby Ryan on the tackle again. Colby's got about 5 or 6 tackles today, which you love to see a kid get 5 or 6 tackles, but when it's your safety and he's back there, you know they're running the ball pretty well.
I'll be curious, and this is just the referee and me, and I care about stupid stuff. But I'll be curious to get Coach Kiley's reaction about the guy running the clock in the third quarter. Because that's one thing I've found that really annoys parents.
Sure.
Because, you know, especially in a town like Franklin, when you're paying an exorbitant user fee.
A ridiculous user
and
fee.
then you get into a situation where your kid may not get into the game because the clock kept running.
Because the clock kept running, right. Yeah, I was asked before we played Wachusett at the freshman level.
Yeah.
We were playing a Froshmore game there. The referee came over to me and said, do you want 12 minutes of running clock or do you want 10 minutes of stoppage? And I said, stop the clock.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of parents. I got a lot of kids to get in.
I did not think. That's interesting.
It's the first time I've ever. It's the first time I've ever been asked that.
Because they don't do that in the Tri-Valley.
No.
I know I do sub-varsity games, and they're all 12 minutes. Down to the
and Essam on the tackle there. That
31.
Was Ben Bertuzzi on the carry. Well, you look over there and you see Biamaud begging the coach to go back in, and the coach is telling him, I don't know, big guy. We need you for next week.
Yeah, at this point, do you even take a chance?
Right.
And he's still limping. Clearly a tough kid.
There's the run again on the inside. Slew of Panthers on that tackle.
Yeah.
Looked like Jake Fergon was the last man off the pile.
Would have been easier to tell who wasn't in on the tackle. So 3rd and 1 for Algonquin. Now under 11 minutes left.
I was just going to say, I don't see Alex Weber out there. Maybe they're calling him off, but no, he's back in there.
Yeah.
3-man line, running backs again.
First down. One thing I learned about Coach Kiley when he was at Holliston, even the years he was dominant in that league, those starters played till 5 minutes left in the game. And his philosophy was, it's just more reps for the kids.
Sure, absolutely.
And it benefits us later in the season.
And with the new MIAA rules, you don't know what
You're absolutely
if they
right.
bring in the backups and they give up a touchdown, if that does anything to your ranking.
And as you were saying earlier, playing this team who's on the low end of the rankings for Division II, you give up a touchdown, that could negatively impact you.
Sure,
Even
absolutely.
though you win by 30 points,
Right.
it still could negatively impact your standing. There's that T formation.
PMI was back in, and he gets
Yeah.
it. Carries a bunch of Panthers with him. Look like Essam at the bottom of the pile there.
Approaching 9 minutes left in the game.
The road doesn't get easy for Franklin from here on in.
Who do they got coming up, Kevin?
I know it's not Fian. We have somebody before Fian. But you have Fian, you have Milford. KP's after Thanksgiving.
KP, yeah.
I mean, but you have Attleboro. You're going to have to win some of these games.
And you're going to play some tough teams.
And you're playing tough teams.
Yeah.
Shuttle pass.
Not going anywhere. Will be a loss of 3 and bring up 4th and 8 for Algonquin. I did see the kicker stretching here on the sideline, but they're going to run a play.
Yeah, I think at this stage they're trying to score a touchdown just to
why not
take something home with them.
Yeah. They're like any coach would do, I think, just trying to get a couple of positives that you can turn to.
Or drops back, quick flick, incomplete. Franklin's going to take over on downs.
So 7:45 left in the game with the clock running, with Franklin having the 36-0 lead, and they'll take over at their own 25.
I'm trying to see who they're bringing in on offense, but that looks like the starting group. 76 is Lord. He's on the starting line. 67 is Cooper.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's Shane Davey. He's a starting center. So, again, it may look like Franklin's trying to run it up, but you don't know what looks like we have a new quarterback in there. It looks like Tyler is at the helm now, Tyler Fernsberg. He gives it to Wong. So, yeah, the line may be the same, but it looks like a lot of the younger guys are getting in right now. I had Frafer, number 84.
Which is funny to say when your starting quarterback's a freshman. The younger guys are getting in. But I understand why you keep the line in. You want to keep them working together. Every play they can run together helps them down the road.
Yep.
As we approach 6 minutes left.
The one thing I know about Tyler, the quarterback that's in there now, is he knows this playbook front and back. He could be a coach on this team right now. So handoff to Wong. He breaks into the secondary.
And it is good to be able to get some of these kids a little more playing time than they'd normally see without sacrificing what you're trying to do as a whole and winning the game.
Absolutely. Because you never know. You're always one play away.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen that in years past with the Panthers. We see it with other teams. We went through it for years over Mansfield, like the Hill brothers blowing their knee out. And you need someone with some experience to fill in.
Sure. You got Bill Best on the line now. There's Frafer on a catch. And he goes about 5.
Ferns, I'm going to mispronounce it. opener. Tyler, junior?
He's a junior.
Junior, okay. I had to try to do math there, and with the odd numbers, I wasn't good.
No, but he's definitely a student of the game.
Yeah.
He knows the playbook. He knows the hand signals. A lot of times he can call offense for the JV game.
Yeah. You know who I always thought was like that, and now he's obviously a coach on the staff, Jack Nally.
Sure.
Jack knew
Fumble.
Jack knew every part of the game. He understood it.
Jack is
more
a very
than a high school
cerebral
kid.
player.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And Jack
Right,
just
it shows
cared about winning.
he's a two-sport captain in college.
Yeah, yeah.
And Jack's coming back to coach baseball with his old coach, Coach Zach Brown.
He is.
Yes, he is.
Because last year he was at Millis.
Yes.
Yeah, which I was telling Jack before the game, I'm friendly with the Millis AD. Couldn't have said higher things about Jack.
Sure. 3rd and 9. Along with the carry. So it's 4th and 9, 4th and 8. No, 4th and 5. Injury on the field for Franklin.
TJ comes
It looks
out.
like Shane Davey. He's a center.
And he's got his helmet off.
Yeah, Shane's career has been riddled with injuries, especially to his legs.
That's too bad. You know, when you see a young player like that having to battle so many injuries. It's interesting, and I keep going back to the clock. The officials have signaled up to the clock operator 4 times to stop running it due to the injury. But now they've just given up. It's kept running.
So that could have been very much the last play of the game.
Yeah. Depending on how injured he is and how long it takes the trainer to do their work.
Yeah. It looked like he got rolled up on.
And I thought one of the coaches was talking to one of the officials.
But it doesn't look like Algonquin's putting up much of a stink.
No.
So it's good to see Davey get up. He's limping. and like I said, I think he's had a couple knee injuries in the past.
I would think to some extent, too, if you're Coach Kiley, seeing an injury to one of your linemen, you're okay with that clock going.
Yeah.
You don't want another
you just want to get
injury.
on the bus with nobody else getting hurt.
They've had a very positive, very good night. So get out of here without any more injuries or getting anybody really dinged up, as Franklin will line up to punt on
Aiden
4th and
Charay
5.
is punting. He's a sophomore.
It is amazing how many young kids this squad has.
Yeah. Well, there were 30 on the freshman team last year. There's another 29, 31 on the freshman team this year, and one of the freshmen is starting varsity already.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. When my son played freshman, 54 kids.
Wow.
He was either 53 or 54 on the squad. He and his best friend would alternate last man on the bench.
Fair caught. Looked like he muffed it a little, but that should do it.
That you may get one play here.
He better send him in with the play.
Yeah.
This is just a reminder to all fans.
And Franklin looks like they're getting ready. They're trying to get one play in. 28 seconds left.
Thank you for your attendance. Again, look around in your
Ball's bouncing all over the place.
Yeah.
The official's trying to set it. 18 seconds and ticking. This will definitely be the final play of the game.
30 seconds to just set the ball.
No longer Orr as the quarterback. They're taking a deep shot.
Wow.
That could be picked off. Oh, no, it's completed. Colby Ryan on another tackle.
That may
and
have
that
been the
brings you to
longest
triple
play
zeros.
of the night
for them, yes.
Algonquin.
And that must be the throwing quarterback.
Yes, yeah.
game is over.
So, impressive win by the Panthers tonight, 36-0, and they actually had one or two opportunities, Kevin, where they could have made that score a little higher.
Sure, could have got worse.
Yeah, so great job. Very positive night, I would think, for the Panthers and Coach Kiley. A lot to build off of. Great performance by the whole team, especially the young kids. Your final thoughts?
Yeah, I just thought Alex Weber was way too much for that team. He trucked the guy on one long run, and then after that, people were making business decisions where they would just step out of the way when he came through.
You know what? I don't blame him.
No, I don't either.
I would too. I would too.
But good for him. On his birthday weekend, he gets over 100 yards and a couple touchdowns.
Good for him. In my mind, Ethan Emmons got better and more comfortable tonight than he was in the last game. That's
absolutely,
all you can ask
and they're
for.
not putting. There wasn't too much put on his plate. He wasn't in a lot of distress.
Yep.
There wasn't a lot of stress in his game.
And I should be in my car by 8 o'clock.
There you go.
So, thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it, and I thank Kevin Papa for again helping us out with this game. I've been texting him, as I said, all week. I was looking forward to it. We've talked for years about doing this, and we finally got to do it. So thank you all for watching. For Chris Flynn and Kevin Papa, I'm Jay Horrigan. Thanks for tuning in on Franklin TV and Radio.